Avengers Doomsday, Part 2, Descent. The first Avenger to disappear didn't scream. One moment he existed, breathing, thinking, afraid, and the next moment the universe behaved as if he never had. No body, no echo, no soul traveling anywhere else. Just a hole where causality used to be. People who loved him felt nothing, because the memory of loving him vanished too. Only Doctor Strange remembered. That was when he understood the cruel design of Doomsday. It didn't kill you. It rewrote reality so you were never worth killing. Strange tried to warn the others, but language began failing him. Words lost meaning. Concepts slipped away. He spoke of endings, but his voice sounded insane even to himself. How do you fight something that convinces the universe you were a typo? Thor was the next to break. Not physically, spiritually. He stood before the remains of a dying star, watching it collapse inward without explosion, without resistance. Even stars had stopped fighting. He realized then that strength meant nothing here. Gods were just stories, and stories could be erased. He whispered prayers to ancestors who no longer existed. On Earth, governments collapsed quietly. Not through war, but through confusion. Maps no longer matched the land. Borders drifted. Cities woke up in different locations. Entire populations vanished overnight, leaving behind empty buildings that no one remembered constructing. People began killing themselves, not out of fear, but out of certainty. Something deep inside humanity knew the ending was locked. Peter Parker tried to be brave. He swung through streets that changed mid-air, buildings phasing in and out of existence. His spider sense screamed constantly now, but there was nowhere to run. He saved people who forgot him seconds later. He bled for strangers who would never know his name. When he finally broke down crying on a rooftop, the city beneath him didn't react. Because the city was already forgetting him too. Bruce Banner reached a conclusion that shattered what remained of his mind. The Hulk couldn't save them, because the Hulk was a reaction. Rage against threat. And Doomsday wasn't threatening the universe. It was curing it. Some Avengers wanted to fight anyway. Others wanted to hide. A few wanted to rewrite time again. Consequences be damned. That's when the fractures turned inward. Accusations replaced trust. Old sacrifices felt meaningless. Past victories felt like crimes. They weren't heroes anymore. They were symptoms. And then, it spoke. Not in a voice, not in words, but in certainty that flooded every surviving timeline at once. A presence older than creation, colder than death, and utterly uninterested in mercy. The multiverse had exceeded tolerance. Heroes had destabilized causality too many times. Death had been cheated too often. Balance demanded payment, not from villains, but from those who broke the rules to win. The Avengers were never chosen. They were tolerated. That tolerance had expired. Strange saw the final truth then. The one thing worse than erasure. The universe didn't hate them. It didn't fear them. It didn't even judge them. It simply no longer needed them. As reality tightened around itself, heroes began fading mid-conversation. Plans dissolved before completion. Bonds weakened as memories slipped away. Love died first. Hope followed. When the next Avenger vanished, Strange screamed. And no sound came out. Even the laws of noise were tired. In the last remaining stable timeline, something watched patiently, preparing to step forward when the erasure was complete. Not to conquer, to rule what remained. And as the multiverse sank deeper into silence, one truth echoed across the dying realities. Doomsday does not arrive. It remains. And this was only the beginning.